If you're a man under 24, there are millions of voices telling you who you should be and what you need to do to be successful. I'm Jacob Carlisle. I paid off my house at age 23. I run one of Australia's fastest growing businesses, and I'm married with 2 kids. And in this video, we're going to go through the 5 pillars that I've used to realize my life's mission so that you can figure out what you're born to do. Unlocking pillar number 1, you need to take responsibility for being a man. Now, I know that the definition of being a man has a loaded definition nowadays, but for me, being a man, and the example that I had growing up was from my dad, a man to me is being the head of the household, providing for your family, providing for your loved ones, and stepping into that role and that duty with conviction, with strength, and carrying the load of the household on your shoulders. I really reject the idea that a man should live for himself, especially when they've been entrusted and they have this duty upon them to provide for their families. Even if you don't have a family yet and you're still just learning the ropes of adulthood, the toxicity of the selfishness is in living for yourself and going out and partying and drinking, and it can really set you back many, many years in your overall journey of life, where this is the time now to lock in, focus on the bigger picture, on where you want to be, on the life that you want to lead, on the family that you want to lead together with someone else, whether you know them yet or not. If you go down the self-centered line as a man, you find yourself fleeting to temporary pleasures, where the real thing that you're going to find that you lack in life is true meaning, true purpose. Every man should be contributing to something much bigger and much greater than themselves. So if you want to figure out what being a man means to you, I want you to find a man in your life that is further along the journey than you, that you can observe, that you can listen to, that you can confide in, and that you can really watch how they lead, how they serve, and how they grow as a human being, and then consequently grow the people around them. Note down the things that you admire about this man. Write them down, reflect on them, and use them as a goal to aspire towards. Now we're unlocking pillar number 2, which is to be responsible with your finances. Before you can even start to think about your mission in life, you need to understand that you need resources, and resources come in the form of money. And this is why it's so crucial that you need to wrangle the beast and have control over your finances. I've seen so many cases of absolute recklessness where young guys start to get a bit of money, they start to work for potentially the first time in their life, and they just blow it. They blow it on the weekends, partying, drinking, just spending stuff on money and memories that really aren't going to matter. Again, you just take this time to conserve this resource, to look after this resource. This is the first bit of money that you might have been entrusted with in your life, but if you look after this right, it can set you up for the rest of your life. The first thing that you need to do as soon as you start to get some income in is funnel 10% of that money away into a separate account, into a savings account, or into an investment account, and start to grow that money. I want you to start thinking of this as your war chest. This is a key resource that you will use to contribute to your greater mission. To be clear, this is not an amount of money that you put to a side that you can just use and take out whenever you want to. This is to be used for your future. Another massive reason why you need to be in control of your finances now is to not be a burden on the people around you. Whether you're living with your parents or living with housemates and you're combining resources, paying rent together, that sort of thing. And if you're thinking about attracting the right woman into your life to potentially be your wife one day, you would hate to be a burden upon them come that time. If you want some more advice on your finances, we've got plenty of other videos that you can watch to learn more. Now we're unlocking pillar number 3, which is to get your faith right. Faith is the true underpinning of everything that I've done to date and everything that I will continue to do. It's such a grounding that it provides for my life, but also my family's life, knowing that we're not walking this road alone and that there is a greater purpose behind our lives, behind growing our family unit, behind being successful, because that is really building up God's kingdom. The reason that I think faith is so important in your journey as a man is because it really humbles you. It really brings you back from what popular media just builds up manhood and this toxic masculinity to be in, fast cars and girls and money and all this sort of stuff. It brings you back to a real reason and a real purpose behind doing the right thing. It's the antidote to thinking that you are the greatest thing in the world. Instead of allowing yourself to get puffed up by your strength, your intelligence, your hard work ethic, it brings you back to the fact that you can't do this alone, and that you are doing this with God, for God, together in partnership, which is something that is just so lost in this world. A daily practice that I undertake every single day is at the start of the day, I have a daily prayer. It takes less than 2 minutes every day, but what it does is it really centers me and focuses on the day ahead, that I'm with God, he's with me, and we're doing this together. Now it's time for pillar number 4, which is take responsibility for your health. It wasn't until I started to focus on my health and being active and getting my blood flowing every single day that I really unlocked this next level of life. The endorphins and the chemical response that your body has to exercise will increase your performance tenfold. It's such an unlock in your life that you really don't know how good it is until you've started. And if you don't start exercising and keeping fit and healthy young, it's so much harder to get started when you're further down your journey. Your body starts to deteriorate, you just don't have that same base level of fitness. The older you get, staying healthy comes in 3 forms. It comes in the form of your physical health, your mental health, and then the food that you're eating. So physical health, you need to be exercising a couple of times per week. That can be as simple as hitting 10,000 steps per day, or going to the gym, lifting weights. It's just doing something better than nothing. Number 2 is your mental health, feeding your brain the right food, listening to the right voices, and setting yourself up with the right words and encouragement in your life so that you can go and achieve your goals. And number 3 is your food that you eat. You must eat healthy. You cannot live on a diet of junk food, because junk in, junk out is how your body works. So you must make sure that you're eating healthy and drinking enough water. And it's simple stuff that we've learned from a very young age, but for some reason it tends to go out the window once we hit. And pillar number 5, the final one, is always having a giant to slay. I believe in mine and my wife and my family's life that we always need to have something to look forward to. We always need to be working on a project. We always need to have a holiday coming up. We need something within our field of vision that's not too far away and unreachable that we can set our sights on as our next little checkpoint in our life. At the moment, we've got a holiday planned for the end of the year where we're going to go and see the Formula One in the Middle East. We're also building a house. We're also always looking for our next property development or our next investment opportunity, just keeping our eyes focused on those little bits and pieces before the big, hairy, audacious goals just keeps us centered and keeps us in the moment and excited for our life at any one time. I don't want you to feel like you have to have everything figured out from the get-go. These are things that will develop over time, and just having little projects here and there and things that you're interested in and that you enjoy doing every 3 or 4 months will reveal your larger life purpose down the track. As long as you're continuing to grow yourself, you're experiencing new things, and you're trying hard things.